Tatara, the boat cannot hold no more, and there are at least 8 more boatloads down there. Do you not understand? You are wealthier than any man I have ever heard of. Whatever your problems were, they are over. What do you want to buy?
Revenge.
Okay, revenge. Who?
Dang Lao, Villefort, Vernon and Mercedes.
Right. We kill these people, then we spend the treasure.
No, we will study them. Learn their weaknesses.
Why not just kill them? I'll do it. I'll run up to Paris, bam, 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 bam. I'm back before week's end. We spend the treasure. How is this a bad plan?
Death is too good for them. They must suffer as I suffered. They must see their world, all they hold dear, ripped from them as it was ripped from me.
You would need a better name than Tatara if you are to accomplish that.
Then I shall become a count.
I bid you good afternoon, sir. I'm here to purchase your lovely home.
The very cheek. I shall have you horsewhipped.
Now get off my property, you vagabond, before I set the dogs on you. You hear?
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor that I present to you His Grace, the Count of Monte Cristo.
Greetings.
My dear Count, allow me to introduce to you my husband, Monsieur Villefort, Chief Prosecutor.
Very kind of you to think of us.
Oh, I am the one honored with your presence. Now, please, enjoy yourselves tonight.
What do we know about him?
Not enough.
Where are they? Are you sure you invited them?
Yes, Your Grace. But I just learned that Count Mondego has retired for the evening. He has a morning appointment he cannot miss.
You're up early, my dear.
Is the Viscount Tourville dead?
Well, unless his heart is situated somewhere other than the left side of his chest, I suspect he is.
God grant him peace. He did no more than defend his family's honor.
Much good it did him. His wife and I were happy in our passion. You were happy in your ignorance. Now comes the Viscount's valiant defense of his honor, and you are pained. She is ruined, and he is dead.
Don't flatter yourself, Fernand. I was neither happy nor ignorant, having known about the last 3 women before Madame Tourville.
I'm sorry you are humiliated. The combination of Paris and me is hardly a recipe for fidelity, is it? And since my attempts at discretion have evidently failed, there seems little point in keeping up pretenses. It's actually quite liberating, wouldn't you say?
His finances.
He's losing money at the other casinos. They're not even cheating him.
And have you looked into his shipping?
He got a bank loan for his own boat several years ago. Doesn't use Danglars at all.
Make sure we own that bank by tomorrow. And tell the other shipping companies to stay away from Mondego. I want to give him no choice but to crawl back to Danglars. Now, tell the dealers. Take it all.
Do try to understand. I have a very large consignment of cotton ready to be sent. And I shall make my payment on the ship as soon as it is delivered. So obviously I need the vessel in order to deliver it.
Unfortunately, the bank can offer no further extensions, Count Mondego. I suggest you find alternate means of shipping.
Well, well. To what do I owe the honor, Count Mondego? I can't imagine why you've been avoiding me after all these years.
I'm prepared to overlook your faults and perhaps resume our dealings.
Business not going so well these days?
Zatara!
Jacopo.
Did you fall off the bed?
After 13 years of sleeping on a stone slab, I can't.
Maria, does that hurt?
Did you come here for a reason?
Mondego has a son.
Albert wishes to talk with us.
Not now. Tell him I'm trying to protect his inheritance.
Oh, are you afraid he's going to squander his as you have yours?
It's funny, I don't recall hearing your complaints when I elevated you from being a fishmonger's daughter. Now, please, I must finish this and then I shall be going out.
May I remind you, my love, that in Paris there are mistresses aplenty, but you have only one son.
Come in, Albert. And for God's sake, be brief.
I will, Father. Several of my friends are going to Rome for 2 weeks during Carnival.
I'd like to accompany them.
Rome? And no chaperones? Amber, you're only 15.
Almost 16. Make my birthday present, Father. Please. I won't get into trouble.
No.
Of course you can go. I could do with some peace and quiet around here.
Rome!
Milady? Can't hide forever. Milady?
Who are you and why are you doing this?
We are bad men, and for the money.
My money is in my waistcoat.
Not anymore. Besides, it's not your money we're interested in. You are the only son of Count Mondego, are you not?
Ransom? Send your note and be damned.
I wish it were that easy, but the note won't reach your father for at least 2 weeks, and then there's the endless debates about whether we killed you already. No, a note just doesn't have the impact. Perhaps if we send him your ring.
Yes. My ring bears the Mondego crest.
While still attached to your finger?
Listen to me, vermin. I am Albert, son of Fernand, Count Mondego. And you have had your last laugh at my expense. Do your worst.
If you insist. Pepone, the knife.
Cut this boy's ropes, or I will be forced to start cutting your miserable corpses. Now! Follow me, young man. You see the surface? Wait for me there.
I don't know how to thank you.
We'll talk later. Well done, gentlemen.
Many thanks, Your Grace.
Albert, are you all right?
Sir, owe you my life.
You've had quite an ordeal. You're an extraordinary young man. I insist. You must come to my estate for breakfast tomorrow. Agreed?
Agreed. May I ask who you are, sir?
For the present, your friend. Tomorrow, your host. With the short time formality stands between us, Count Monte Cristo.
He's out in the waiting room. He showed courage in the tunnels.
He's a means to an end.
Yes, Your Grace. Young man.
Albert, come in. Come. Oh. It's quite a night.
Yes. What an adventure.
Everything's an adventure when you're young.
One thing puzzles me, sir. How did you come to know of my kidnapping?
I have many connections, some of which are less than reputable. I pay well to be informed of anything of note in any city in which I stay. And the kidnapping of a Count son is of note.
But why risk your life rescuing me?
The son of a fellow noble. It was the least I could do. Judging by your character, I'm sure you would have done the same. Your father will be proud of you.
You must come to Paris to meet my parents, so that they may thank you in person.
Unfortunately, I cannot. Business, you see.
Please. It is a matter of honor.
Jacopo,
Yes, Your Grace.
the Spada matter. Where do we stand?
Even now, the gold...
Shipment?
I'm sorry, Your Grace. The shipment is in transit, bound for Marseille.
And it arrives?
Not for another 3 weeks, Your Grace.
3 weeks? That's more than enough time to visit in Paris.
Very well.
Excellent. And you'll be there just in time.
In time for?
Thanks.
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Count!
Albert.
Your Grace. Father, may I present the Count of Monte Cristo?
It is a pleasure.
Pleasure is mine, Count Mondego. I've been looking forward to this moment for some time.
Well, you do me much honor, when 'tis I who are indebted to you for the rescue of my son. May I present the Countess Mondego? Mercedes.
Countess.
You would have to be a mother to truly appreciate the service you've done for my son and me. Monsieur, I shall never forget you.
Please, madame. It was nothing. I am sure that within a month, you will not even remember my name. May I steal your wife?
I'm sorry?
For the waltz.
Of course.
Isn't he wonderful, Father?
What's the matter?
Nothing. You just remind me of someone from long ago. Someone who was very dear to me.
I'm flattered. What happened to him?
He died.
But I'm not that man.
Monsieur and Madame Villefort.
What are they doing here?
Prosecutor Villefort. What are you doing here?
Oh, Madame Villefort. Monsieur, so glad you could come to see me while I'm still in town.
I say we were delightfully surprised to get your note.
Thank you. Now, would you be so kind as to excuse your husband and I for a moment? I'm told you are an expert in the interpretation of the law. I have a certain matter that perhaps you could help me with.
Excuse me.
Venom. Venom! A toast!
Not right now. I have state business to attend to.
The guests expect it. Albert expects it.
You give it, my dear. I'm sure it'll be splendid.
You are his father. That is the least you can do. You know how he admires you.
Then he will forgive my absence. I thought we agreed not to meet socially.
How could I pass up the Count of Monte Cristo?
Quite. What do you know of him?
He's foreign. Rich. I hear he aided your son.
Why does he seek your counsel?
Why should I tell you?
When my son returned from Rome, he mentioned he'd heard Monte Cristo saying he was expecting a shipment. He also heard the words gold and Spada. You don't believe Monte Cristo has found the treasure of Spada?
About an hour ago, he asked me to help him avoid troublesome inspections on a shipment coming from Marseille. I could have him arrested.
Don't do that. Let's just relieve him of it.
How do you propose?
I have an acquaintance who deals in these matters. Tell Monte Cristo you'll get his shipment through customs, but that it will have to stay in port overnight. I shall have it removed and taken to my old family estate in Bouchon, where we shall meet the following day.
I require 70%.
And yet you'll only get 50.
Done.
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, my husband has been detained by business. And so, it is left up to me to
introduce you to the Count of Monte Cristo yet again. You see, I had the audacity to beg the Count to allow me to give the birthday toast to Albert. I was so insistent, and such is the graciousness of our host, that he reluctantly gave up his fatherly right in order to accommodate a guest, even one as boorish as myself. Young Albert has made far too much of the assistance I gave him in Rome. When I arrived in the catacombs, I watched as the criminals who tied Albert to a wall threatened to cut off his finger and send it to his father as evidence of his abduction. The boy's reply to all this was, "Do your worst." Life is a storm, my young friend. You will bask in the sunlight one moment, be shattered on the rocks the next. What makes you a man is what you do when that storm comes. You must look into that storm and shout as you did in Rome. Do your worst, for I will do mine. Then the fates will know you as we know you, as Albert Mondego, the man.
told me that you were executed.
Did he?
Oh, God.
Countess, you are mistaken. Back to the Mondego.
No.
Madame, I'm only
I
thinking
beg
of
you,
your
Edmond.
reputation.
I don't care how
I am
you
not
hurt
this
you.
Edmond.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! What are you? A spirit? Some ghost sent to torment me?
This Edmond. You loved him.
Yes,
For how long?
for all of my life.
And how long after he died before you married the Count?
That isn't fair.
We've reached our home, Countess.
You're right. You cannot be my Edmond.
Ah, there you are. You said it yourself. Edmond Dantes is dead. Good night.
Countess.
If you ever again presume to interfere in my affairs, I will, I promise, finish the job I started the day we met. Do you understand?
I understand you are mad.
Mad? My enemies are falling into my traps perfectly.
Mad, Your Grace, for ignoring this. You have a fortune. A beautiful woman who loves you. Take the money, take the woman, and live your life. Stop this plan. Take what you have won.
I can't.
Why not? I am still your man, Sadara. I swore an oath. I will protect you. Even if it means I must protect you from yourself. I'll drive you home now.
I'll walk.
Put 2 chests on the ferry for our cut. Mondego will never notice. Come on, get aboard.
Philippe Danglars?
Yeah?
You are charged with the theft of goods from a certain merchant ship.
This is absurd.
We can resolve this matter easily. These men will perform a search of your vessel.
Count Mondego set me up. But I'll not hang for him. Who are you?
I'm the Count of Monte Cristo, but my friends call me Edmond Dantes.
Dantes?
Cut him down before he can't talk.
Boy, don't do that. That's too much.
My dear Villefort, I hope you don't mind if I join you for a short while.
Your Grace, I was not expecting you.
I want to thank you in person for helping me with my shipment.
Lad, yes, I made all the arrangements earlier. I can promise you there'll be no more problems from our end.
Excellent. I think this could be the start of a long and fruitful relationship. Speaking of which, may I pose a question?
Yes, of course, anything in the world.
I was just curious. Why did you tell Countess Mondego 16 years ago that Edmond Dantes had been executed?
I don't understand what on earth you're talking about.
It's a perfectly simple question.
How do you know these things? That's quite enough. You don't understand. Dantes was accepting a letter from Napoleon. That was clearly treason.
We both know he never delivered it. Packing a man off to prison with such knowledge is bad enough, but to tell us...
Your Grace, I have no idea what is provoking this perverse discussion.
Now I ask myself, what did my old friend Villefort stand to gain by telling Mercedes that Edmond Dantes is dead? The answer is absolutely nothing.
Just as you say, nothing. So why?
If my old friend, now Chief Prosecutor of France, doesn't gain from this lie, well, who does?
My dear Count, it's far too hot in here, and you're fully dressed. I think it's time we both left.
I think the clearest beneficiary is Fernand Count Mondego.
I don't understand what this inquisition has to do with our business relationship.
I'm about to tell you.
Sit down, Mondego. I'm an ambitious man, and I have furthered these ambitions by scooping up Bonapartists. But now, with Napoleon on the loose, I find I have, shall I say, a thorn in my side. Once merely an irritation, now potentially lethal.
Be lethal in turn?
Well, the problem is such that I myself cannot attend to it. So I have a proposition for you. How is your father?
Alive, unfortunately.
We share the same misfortune.
You remember?
Why is this door locked? I demand that you release me from this room at once. You're just not no friend of mine.
Your father was a loyal supporter of Napoleon, wasn't he? Possibly involved in plotting Napoleon's escape from Elba.
The Emperor arrives soon!
An inconvenient parent for an ambitious civil servant like yourself. But then he died, suddenly and opportunely murdered again some 16 years ago.
Emperor Napoleon.
The murderer never apprehended. How hard did you look for him?
You have no proof, no witnesses. You just have theories, just conjectures.
On the contrary, I have Count Mondego.
Young Mondego, why?
Because your son lacked the courage.
Mondego is the one who pulled the trigger. He'd never confess in a million years.
You're right. He wouldn't. But you just have.
Monsieur Villefort, you're under arrest for conspiracy to murder.
You remember?
Dantes?
A courtesy for a gentleman.
think I'd make it that easy, did you?
Yeah!
Edmund.
I thought we had finished our conversation in the carriage.
So did I. Until I realized you said the name Dantes. A name that I had never mentioned.
What do you want of me?
I want to be free of you. The way you obviously are free of me. Just a few answers from you and I shall be gone forever.
Ask your questions.
Where have you been?
13 years in the Chateau d'If. And everywhere else you can imagine.
The Chateau d'If for 13 years. Did you suffer?
Are you finished now? I have a good deal on my mind.
What happened afterward?
Much.
Why did you not come to me?
Why did you not wait? You married the very man who betrayed...
I told you that night on the rocks. Remember? That it would never leave my finger. And it never has.
Why?
You know why.
If you ever loved me, don't rob me of my hate. It's all I have.
Let it go, Edmond. Let it go. I don't know what dark plan lies within you. Nor do I know by what design we were asked to live without each other these 16 years. But God has offered us a new beginning. Don't slap his hand away.
Can I never escape him?
No. He is in everything. Even in a kiss.
My lady?
Where's the Count?
The Count would like for you to join him this afternoon.
Join him?
Yes. In leaving the country with your son. I'll have someone bring you to your house, and you just wait there for me. And we just...
Thank you.
Yes, but...
I need to go home.
My lady.
Where's the Count?
Upstairs, madam.
What's wrong?
I'm bankrupt. All my debts have been called in. Also, I'm to be arrested.
For what?
Piracy, corruption, and murder.
Did you do all these things?
Yes, but there is simply not the time to talk about it. The gendarmes are on their way, apparently, so hurry up and pack something.
I'm not going with you, Fanon.
You are my wife. I have made arrangements for us. We shall be very well taken care of. Now go and find my son.
He's not your son.
I beg your pardon?
Albert Mondego was the son of Edmond Dantes. Why do you think I rushed off so quickly to marry you after Edmond was taken away?
Premature. Well, aren't you a piece of work? So he's the bastard son of a dead traitor. He always was disappointing. Goodbye, Mercedes. You did please me some of the time.
You never pleased me.
What is this?
Monte Cristo.
Kings to you, Fernand.
Edmond.
How did I escape? With difficulty. How did I plan this moment? With pleasure.
So you've taken Mercedes.
And everything else. Except your life.
Why are you doing this?
It's complicated. Let's just say it's vengeance. For the life you stole from me.
I see someone has tortured the sword.
How did you ever call yourself my friend?
We were friends, Edmond.
You sent me to hell! Why?
Take your vengeance. But know the blood you spill is noble. Blood that will never run through your veins. You're no more a count than I am a commoner! You don't have it in you.
Touch him and I'll kill you.
Boys, let me explain.
It's been explained. I spoke to Madame Villefort on the street. She told me how I was a silly, trusting dupe that my friend, the Count of Monte Cristo, used to get into our lives.
Albert, listen to me.
I will not! Forgive me for being such a fool, Father.
You were betrayed. Of course you're forgiven.
You were my friend. I looked up to you.
There's a history here you know nothing about.
He loved your mother and yet she chose me. So now he intends to steal her away.
Get out of my way!
Boy, if I have to, I will kill you. I will not stop now.
Nor will I.
So be it.
No! Albert, I found the note you left explaining where you'd gone. But now I must explain something to you. Where you've really come from. Albert, you are the son of Edmond Dantes. The man you know was the Count of Monte Cristo.
Well, I'm afraid it is true. You are the walking proof that your mother was as much of a whore in her younger years as she is today.
You let me fight him?
Didn't do any good, though, did it?
Fernand, I beg you, no more!
I want no more of this. Just go. Call it mercy. Merci, Fernand. You've only got one shot. It'll take more than that to stop me.
Then I best put it where it will do the most damage.
Oh my God, look what I've done. Jacopo!
Once again, Satara. God sees you out the corner of his eye. She'll live.
Edmond! Edmond!
Please don't go out there. Don't. Edmond, don't go.
You try. You'll never quit. Satara, you must end this. Even the priest will understand that.
Edmond!
Please don't.
Watch over your mother.
Now I couldn't live in a world where you have everything and I have nothing.
What happened to your mercy? I'm a count, not a saint. You were right, priest. You were right. This I promise you. And God. All that was used for vengeance will now be used for good. So rest in peace, my friend.
So, Satara. Painful, huh?
No. I bought this place thinking one day I would tear it down. But now the only things I care about are walking off this island with me. Let's go home.